the Scottish Genes blog is reporting that Ancestry has once again been caught taking data from local genealogy societies without permission. And I'll explain what happened, why it's so wrong, and what you should do if you belong to or support local genealogy and history societies. So this is on the Scottish Genes website. You can Google Scottish Genes blog and you should see this. The post is Aberdeenshire Memorial Inscriptions Records Removed from Ancestry. And you may remember that this blog also, earlier in the spring, they uncovered another instance of this happening. This was with the Manx BMD website, and the Manx BMD website said, due to apparent data theft by Ancestry, a free search facility will no longer be available on Manx BMD. So for the current incident involving this is the local Aberdeen and Northeast Scotland Family History Society, they have a similar database, or had a similar database. I believe it's still running, and this is the website in question. And basically, Ancestry took this database, scraped it somehow, and republished the group's indexed memorial inscription booklets from 1500, and they did it without permission. They did not ask this group that they could just take this data and republish it on Ancestry.com. And note that many groups like this, including Manx BMD and this local history society and local history museums all over the world, they depend on volunteer labor and dues and donations from members. So when Ancestry starts ranking higher in search results in Google for information that's taken from this database, that translates to less awareness of these groups, fewer new members, and fewer donations. So this group, like many local groups, they have a membership table. It's not that much, but they really depend on small donations from members. They also depend on new people learning about the group, usually through the website or through other activities. So when Ancestry starts to rank higher in Google, when they promote the heck out of these resources to the detriment of groups like this, that really affects them. It's kind of an indirect effect, but it is really something that many people who support and love local history groups and genealogy societies should be concerned about. And the other negative effect of this is some of these groups, they're paywalling the data now. That's what Manx BMD did. The Aberdeen and Northeast Scotland Family History Society apparently didn't do that, but I can see other groups taking a similar stance or saying, geez, we shouldn't have this stuff up on the web if Ancestry or someone else is just going to come and take it. So here's what I think people should consider if they support or belong to a local genealogy or history organization. And first, the most important thing is to engage with resources like this, whether it's an online database, whether it's the journal that they have, whether it's an activity that they have, for instance, maybe a genealogy conference or a local history conference. Take part in that stuff. And second, if you belong to a group and you see that data is being republished without permission from Ancestry or any other group, demand that it be taken down. Ancestry actually has a process in place for handling these records. It's on a web page that's called Finding Records Online with Ancestry Web Records. So the Scottish Genes blog gives an overview of how it works, but there is a section below. It says for content publishers and website owners, you have to either redesign your robots.txt file, so you have to do some technical stuff, or you have to, if you find it on Ancestry, you have to send an email to Ancestry after the fact to ask them to take it down. So Ancestry is not asking permission, they're just doing it. So if you belong to such a society and you have important data like this, I would go check Ancestry right now and see if that data is being republished without permission. Because as I said before, it may be having a knock-on effect to your genealogy society in terms of fewer people coming to the website because they're going to Ancestry first. And then finally, as I said before, support these groups, local groups, in any way that you can. And that might mean becoming a member. It might mean taking part in activities. It might mean doing other sorts of things to support them, whether it's writing a check or doing something else. And I think it's really important that we support these groups because they really are the lifeblood of genealogy, local genealogy, and also they're the guardians of our history. Not a for-profit corporation like Blackstone Inc., which owns Ancestry. It's groups like this. These are the lifeblood. These are the things that we should be concerned about preserving. So for more information on this, check out the Scottish Genes website. It's a blog post. Chris has been really good about kind of covering this information, and I fear that there's going to be more stories like this in the future. Feel free to leave your comments below.